All right, y'all, here we go. Back on here once again. Let's get this thing underway. All right, Lafayette, what's going on? Zaman in the building, Sinks, what's up? So, yeah, I'm gonna be on here like a hour. Yeah, that's already 9 o'clock. So yeah, another one of them days. Just wanted to jump on a little later, but um, yeah, just a few things I want to discuss, man. Definitely about these contenders this past couple weeks, man. You know they've been making some noise here, especially what Tuesday night. Yeah, so we'll talk about some of this stuff here, but let's talk about Rose here real quick. I just wanted to jump on and talk about this little portion of this interview when she was asked about Carla and Weili, like who would win that fight, right? Two Beats, what's up? Ephraim, there's our bro Derek Bailey in the building. Let's see, man. Yeah, let me pull this thing up here because Rose, of course, everybody want to ask her since she fought both of these fighters 4 times now. And yeah, the interview asked Rose, who is she looking at to win the fight between Carla and Weili? And Rose, this is the headliner, that everybody pulled out. I see. They feel, hold on, I think a lot of people feel the same way, but Rose says that Zhang Weili is just on a different level. She says she feels like she's on a different level. And I mean, I think to some extent, I don't really personally think it's just different level. I think it's just a matter of styles, right? Because I think a lot of people thought Rose at this point was on a different level when it came down to her taking on Carla. Everybody thought that she reached an even higher level than Carla since she captured the belt 2 times, and Carla was still fighting close fights. So just like a early look from the outside looking, I don't necessarily think it's just Weili being on this different level because Carla, she's fought a lot of good fighters. I mean, yes, she hasn't like finished too many, but I think for somebody her size and with her frame, she's making it through. I think she makes it through these fights the way you think she would. Her being so small. She's able to go in there and get the victory how she can. Next to her and Tisha, them being the smallest fighters, I think Carla, you could say, is the one that always finds a way to win, even if it is close. So I think, to me, it's not necessarily that Rose, like Rose said, it's Zhang Wei's just on a different level. I think it'll really come down to styles. Now, not saying Weili doesn't have certain attributes that makes her better than Carla, because she does. But I think it's really going to just come down to the mixing of the styles in this fight, because I think Carla just has certain kryptonite, against physically strong fighters, But let me pull this thing up. Hold on. Let me see. This is one of the key things she has said. This was like a couple weeks ago. All right. But let me see. Marcus, what's going on? Six, what's up? Oh, James, what's going on? He said, if Carla beats Weili, do you think it will be bigger? It would be a bigger win in strawweight historically than when Rose first won versus Weili. Bigger. Let me see. Depends on how she does it, because if Rose, let's say Rose had got the decision over Carla and it was still the same outcome, people still wouldn't have liked the fight. It wouldn't have been that big historically for Rose. But let's say if Rose went in there and knocked Carla out, that would have been like redemption. So I think it's going to come down to how the actual performance is. Like if Carla goes in there and dominates, it'll be big. But Carla's got she's got she got a lot riding on this, because she has to improve. She's got to improve as far as entertainment wise. So I think it's gonna be big historically if she does it in like dominant fashion. She goes in there and does something just as big as Rose could do against Weili, and get all the doubt out of the doubters' minds, haters' minds. Yeah. So okay, she said Rose said this. My feelings are that Weili will really not have much problems in that fight. Carla is very interesting because she's very unassuming. Obviously, I think our fight was kind of an anomaly, the last one, because we both had some concerns about not messing up our faces and getting bloody and stuff. That's crazy, right? But I don't know if she'll necessarily have that concern going into a fight with Weili. Hmm. So that was really, so was that kind of their concern in that fight? I mean, let's kind of backtrack to Carla and Rose's fight. So that was their main concern. I mean, as many fights as they've been in, even for Rose, concern about having your face messed up and getting bloody shouldn't be a concern if you know how to fight, if you have the skills. Somebody like Rose, she's already fought Andrade, faced some of the hardest punches from Andrade, um, from Joanna. So to me, yeah, I'm just sidetracking here a little bit, talking about Rose and her fight with Carla, but her saying that they want to get their faces messed up, getting bloody. I mean, even going into that type of fight with Carla, that's something I don't think she would really have to worry about if she was able to take an approach like even like Joanna, her being longer, taller, better striker. She can control the fight. There really should be no concern. Like, even if she did have more of an offensive approach than she did in the first fight, there shouldn't even be no worry about her getting her face messed up, right? And for Carla, again, she's been there before. She's been knotted up by Tatiana Suarez, and as small as she is, that's going to have to be her approach. That's got to be her approach to get in there and get dirty with a fighter like Rose, right? But she says, I don't know if she'll necessarily have that concern going into a fight with Weili. You better. I mean, for Weili, you would have to have that concern because, Weili's going to be a lot more offensive. She's going to be coming with more speed and more of a pressure, knowing she's a bigger, stronger fighter. And she has those attributes over Carla. This is a fight where I think Carla will have to play more defensive minded. Six said Weili would definitely bloody up Carla's face. Yeah. So you would think that the concern would be here more than in the Rose fight. Like, Carla could take the fight to the ground against Rose. Boom. Just keep it there for 5 rounds or so and get her a victory like she did last time. I know I'm making it sound easy, but but against Weili, I think it's gonna be coming from all directions. Weili might be a little questionable in the back against Carla, but if Weili gets top position on you, yeah, you're gonna have to be concerned, right? That's something you got to be worried about. All right. What else did she say? Yeah, she said, I do feel like Weili's just on a different level skill wise and all that. As long as she doesn't get cocky or anything, I think she should become the new champion. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think skill wise, yeah, I think about it. Yeah, Weili. Yeah, let me take back what I was just saying again about her not being about different levels. It is. It is about different levels in this fight because you can't say Weili is on a different level than Carla. She might be on a higher level because it's all or nothing with Weili. I mean, you can see it in her training. You can see it in the growth. Like, I mean, you see big changes. You see big improvements from Weili. It's not just subtle changes. Like Carla, she's making changes to get a lot of wins, but they're close, very close. She had a lot of split decisions. And I think with her, she's making like very small changes because she's still a wrestler at heart. When you look at Weili, I see more of a I see more of a complete MMA fighter. I do. With Zhang Weili, I see more of a complete MMA fighter there, or somebody that's close to being complete or wants to be complete. That's why I can agree with Rose on that. Yeah, it is a different level thing. Weili does approach it in a different level. Her training's intense. Especially when your past 4 or 5 fights were all high level. Joanna, Rose, Jessica Andrade, facing them fighters back to back to back, and winning some, losing some, and then coming back and still fighting at that high level. That tells you, yeah, that person's on a different level. Because again, Carla hadn't touched the belt in 8 years, and it's been a while since she's fought at this level. And she's skating by on the lower level, right? Getting victories. Yeah, I ain't gonna knock it. She was on 5-6 fight win streak, but she's skating by through those fights, right? Still enough level to beat them, but I think Weili, if she had fought some of them fighters, I think she would have been like leveling up and dominating some of those fighters that she had, just been kind of getting by, right? So yeah, I think to a certain extent, you can't say when you've seen for Rose out of these 4 fighters, even though she's never got a victory over Carla, she can be honest and still say, styles make fights. Styles will make fights in this situation. To be said, if Rose can take down Weili and hold her there, what do you think Carla could do? Styles make fights. Styles make fights. It's all about pulling that trigger. You got to think about that. Like Rose used more of an element of surprise to get her down, like in the 4th and 5th round, right? Carla might be able to do that in the 4th and 5th, but can she do it in the first 2 rounds? That's the question. Like, yeah, Carla could do that, but it might not be until the 4th and 5th round. Like if Weili starts to gas, Rose waited. Rose still waited. So yeah, that's a big part of it too. Like when it plays out in a fight, because just because Rose did it don't necessarily mean Carla can do it. I've made that mistake before. When I say, okay, this person should be able to do this because they did it, right? I was trying to think of another example, but no. James Perry said, hey, Weili adding wrestling changed the whole thing for the opposition. She's a real athlete, power quick, all that. Against JJ, she seemed much faster than JJ. Yeah, she did. I think she still, got that speed advantage over a lot of fighters. She's got that speed advantage over a lot of fighters. MMA artists, I think Weili will win the title and will stay champion for a while and maybe go to face Valentina for double champ status. Ooh. That'll be the day. I ain't gonna think about flyweight yet, man. Either I want to see her bag at least 3 good defenses where she looks almost Nunes unstoppable, and then we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's that's kind of what I think too, man. Like when I think about it now, I was just reading through this and looking at some footage here at the same time. All right, make sure y'all hit that like button. Like 10, 12 people in here hit that like. Yeah, I think it's obvious. Yeah, you can say Weili is definitely on a different level because again, she's been here time and time again against high level fighters, even coming off of losses, and like I said, she's always putting it all on the line, going all out, beating people well, not beating people. I don't think beating people I know Carla couldn't beat. Like Joanna couldn't beat Joanna. Andrade, Carla versus Andrade. That's just a nightmare right there, man. But somebody like Weili, yeah, different level. Comes down to skills, size too. Size is going to play a factor. Carla is small. Looking at the athleticism of Zhang Weili too, so that still makes her, a big favorite going into this fight. There's a lot more to work with. A lot more to work with here for. But yeah, there's always that possibility. Even if you look at the high level skill set in wrestling of Carla, but big part of it is a physical strength of Weili. If she can neutralize that wrestling, hey, Tisha Torres, she's a pretty decent wrestler, but Zhang Weili was able to win. I thought Tisha, when I first watched that, Tisha won that. When I went back and watched it, I said, oh, I can see where Weili outstrengthed her and mauled her. So, it's just one of those counter situations here. Like, some people think with Jillian Robertson, when she fought Tyler, if it goes to the ground, that would be her best bet. She could submit her with ease. No, not really, because, Tyler, she's good on the ground as well, and she has the physical strength to neutralize somebody like Jillian. So, the same comes into play here. Carla's a good wrestler, but Zhang Weili putting together her wrestling, and even what you would like call her some of the counter abilities that she has, she could tame Carla if she gets top position. Off her back, I don't know. That's still a question. Because Carla's still a master, positioning herself if she gets the takedown. So it's just all a matter of seeing it, watching it play out. All the new programming Weili is gaining with her Western training will make her the one she is already bred with Eastern mentality of discipline. Robot Chicken said, guys, the double champ stuff is a trend. Weili just needs to focus on cleaning out her division. Right. Excuse me. Yeah. I still think a couple of strawweights would be competitive with Weili. She's not heads above them. Still needs to prove she can really dominate. Yeah. Yeah, she still, definitely got to go in there and get some work in, it's just a matter of making sure she's prepared and has everything covered. That's what Valentina does. Nunes does. They got the tools for the right situation, and they good to go. They can switch it up, whether it be Andrade or Chikagan, Lauren Murphy. We have yet to see Weili hit that. We'll see if she can hit that on peak as well, where she can just adjust on the fly and dominate fighters in any aspect. But we'll see. We'll see exactly how Drago from Rocky was trained to be Weili's real life regimen. Having Westerners help train this machine will benefits for the years to come in the women's strawweight division. Okay. Yeah, I do too. I think it's more impressive to, well, it depends on the situation. Like, it really depends on resume too for me. Like, resume is a big part of it. I won't just say it's impressive to dominate. It depends on who you are beating in a division. Like, for Weili's situation, I think Weili, if she could win this fight, beat Rose, beat McKenzie, beat Marina, whoever else is on the come up, I think that would be a little bit more impressive because this division is a little bit more polished than 125, right? So if she was to stay here and avoid being a double champion, I think that would be much more impressive. Kind of like with Nunes, Nunes' resume still stands above Valentina's to me. It's not just the fact that she was a double champion. Like, even if she was a bantamweight champion, it would still be better, right? Bantam, the the featherweight belt's just kind of like a cherry on top, because after she beat Cyborg, who else was it? Felicia Spencer, Megan Anderson. So there's a little weight to it, but now there ain't nobody there. It's just like, okay, which belt really holds more weight? It's her 135 belt. But yeah, Weili's situation, I would just like to see her stay where she's at, staying where she's at, defending against some of these top level fighters, and keep it consistent before you even try to jump up and say, oh yeah, she ready for this, because I know she still want to get back from Rose before she go up to 125. I know I would. I'd be like, yo, I want this third fight, and like I said, she would have the leverage if she gets the belt. Todd said, what's up? Great show as always. I see Weili just being as much more talented and stronger fighter. Weili should take it in 3. Hey, it's possible. She got the strength, man, and that's what it is. Got Todd Johnson in the building. Robot Chicken said, we remember GSP for being a dominant welterweight champion. Nobody cares about him beating Bisping anymore. Right. Like, the best win on Nunes's featherweight record is and always will be Chris Cyborg, right? Everybody else was just body. Gabriella, what's up? She said, who can give Weili trouble other than Rose and Carla? Who else right now in the strawweight division? Who could give her trouble? I think style-wise, I know people disagree. Chin, what's going on? She said, you're late. No, you ain't too late. About 25 minutes. Sorry, I'm later than that sometimes. You just got into the conversation. Gabrielle, that's a good question. Who else would give her trouble? We already know Rose. Yeah, that's number one, because she's 0-2 against Rose. She destroyed Joanna in the second fight, so that's out. If I had to pick, might be Mackenzie Dern. Like, if you're just talking top 5, hey, can't knock Mackenzie Dern. I'm gonna have to say maybe Mackenzie. Maybe Mackenzie. You just never know. Like, if this thing gets to the ground, y'all just don't know how dangerous Mackenzie is. Like, if Weili gets it down, or if Mackenzie somehow gets a limb, if we talking in the top 5 now, it might be dangerous. Marina's a dangerous fighter too. So that's why it's so hard to just see her going on like a complete dominant reign. Like, she's got good competition here. There's always, see, they got their 2 different styles that could be dangerous for her. Like, there's the ground. If Dern gets the fight to the ground, it could be a wrap. You get Reckless in there, Dern's working. Dern knows so many openings, for your neck, your ankle, the arm. And I'm sure Todd, Todd, he be hitting the mats, right? So Todd, you got to vouch for me on that. Todd, Mackenzie Dern probably could be trouble for Weili on the ground. Marina, more so on the stand-up side. Marina could be dangerous on the stand-up side. But with Weili's boxing improving and getting better every day, I think that's the one fight where she could have more success, because speed and accumulation, combination punching, combination kicks and punches kind of throws Marina off a little bit. That's kind of her weakness, if you will, because look at the Yan Zhanan fight. Fast hands and combinations and movement could give her problems. So Marina might not be too much of a danger threat like that. I mean, there's always the right hand, the power of the right hand. She could hit Weili with something and, get her honest, keep her honest. But the ground just scares me. The ground just scares me with Dern. Like, if it happened to get down there. 6 said top 5 women in the strawweight division, half are close to retirement. Yeah, they've been in the division for a minute now. Like, all these women, 8 8 years in coming. Rose, Tisha, Waterson, all these ones, that have been in here for so long. It's about time to retire. Angela Hill. Singh said he thinks Marina. Let me see. I guess as Alma said, Marina, Lemos, and Andrade. Chin said Lemos arguably lost to Angela Hill and Weili Air Smoke. Yeah, Andrade is out for now. That win stands for something. And we got to say Andrade is not a danger to Weili. for the moment. We talking about people she ain't starched. I gotta say Mackenzie though. For me, I mean, who do you think, Gabrielle? I mean, that was a good question. Todd said, "So true, Mackenzie's so dangerous on the ground. Everyone has a problem with it." Yeah, like if you get caught into the rhythm of her fighting, and she presses you in the cage, and you don't know how to handle it, she could pull you down. Like, she doesn't have the best takedowns, but I'm just saying, like, anytime you get to the ground, that's it. But I got to give Marina a lot of credit, though. I got to give Marina a lot of credit because she did not get submitted. She did not get submitted. Shin said Hill's fighting Ducote next. Yes, December 3rd. Yeah, let's talk about that next here in a minute. James Perez said, take Bullet out of flyweight. You would think that it's a better division than you perceive it to be right now. Not really. I mean, I'm still think of it as the same because I'm looking at each individual fighter, James. I mean, it's a good division now, but even if you're just looking at what they can do, everybody doesn't have just that polish to them. Like, see, if you're looking at strawweight, you got a few people in there that already touched the belt. Few fighters that just already look established. As far as their skills and their styles, they've mixed it up more because the division's been around longer, right? Even if I took the Bullet out, it's like if I take Floyd out of the welterweight division. I'm not going to say it gets any better. It doesn't. It's going to take its time to run its course till you have some more polished people. Six said women's flyweight is trash. Come on, man. It is not trash. Now, if you said featherweight, there ain't really a featherweight division, right? But no, flyweight is not trash. Come on, man. Flyweight is still a good division. Okay. Flyweight is far from trash, man. This is the division where strawweights move up, bantamweights move down. That's why you got a lot of strong women in that division, man. Like, overall, like, you got a lot of strong women because that's where they need to be. No, man, flyweight's a good division. It may not be what strawweight is right now, but it's coming. It's still coming. Just because they, some fighters that can't beat Valentina right now, there's still some budding fighters in there. Chin said Caitlin can't get a stoppage. She be stinking it up. Nah, Caitlin's a good fighter, man. Caitlin's still a good fighter. I know she can't get a stoppage, but she's not stinking it up. The person that can't beat her, you gotta blame them. You got to blame the person that can't stop them, that can't beat that fighter. Like, if she getting her victories away, a W is a W to me. A W is a W to me. She is not stinking it up. These girls just need to get their IQ. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a bad division, but it wouldn't get better if Valentina's gone, because no, some of these girls still got to work on their IQ and their cardio. No, Caitlin's exposing a lot of girls what they need to work on. That's what you got to tell them. So it's not her stinking it up. You better tell these girls out here to get on their cardio. Tell them to get their IQs up and they could beat her. That's what it is. It's not her. Six said name top 5 women in the flyweight that you would pay to watch. Oh, no, we ain't talking about We ain't even talking about what pay-per-view. I mean, for me as a hardcore fan, I'm the wrong person to ask. I would pay to watch a Minone fight. I'd pay to watch Tyler. I would pay to watch Vivian Arujo, the champion. And what is her name? What's her name? Well, if Grasso and Arujo or Grasso is fighting the champion, y'all pay to see that. Yeah. But we ain't talking about fame again. We ain't talking about fame. We just talking about good skilled fighters. So and just because you got to remember, it's not about top headlining, because remember, this is still women. You ain't gonna really have women headlining. You're not gonna have women headlining like that, regardless. So top headline of pay-per-view, only ones you're gonna have is just Amanda Nunes, really, at this point. Maybe Weili at some point, but Amanda Nunes is like the only one that's pay-per-view, so you can't really say it with that. That's what I'm saying, Chin. If they get their IQ up, that's what's gonna happen. And then we can move on, right? Start punching that body. I said that before, go to that body, and we won't have these issues anymore. But until then, her work is proving itself that these girls can stand in there for 3 rounds with her and they can't do nothing. Yeah, Jane, she's not trash. No, Chicago's not trash, man. You can learn a lot from her. I mean, you more learn how to knock people out, but there's a lot of her gifts that she's using to her advantage. And I'm not knocking that, man. Hey, she making money. Hey, they keep signing her on more fights. Hey, I know the Dana White mentality. Everybody want knockouts. Everybody want blood. But sometimes I like to see somebody just go in there and put the skills on her. To be said, all those trash and Pena understand that the Amanda that stepped in the 269 still runs through 80% of all the women signed to the UFC. Pena beat a very still dangerous Amanda. Oh yeah, definitely. Not everybody could have did that. Holly wouldn't have been able to do that. Like Holly, but Hollywood Holmes still wouldn't have been able to do that. It came down to the piece of Amanda that wasn't in there was perfect pickings for, a dog like Pena. Right? It's just how it played out at that time. Like some of the girls, see the thing, I agree with you on that too, Beast, because the thing is, what's the number one thing about Pena besides the dog? She is not going to respect you. Everybody else will go in there respecting Amanda, giving her time to win. Think about that. Everybody would show her respect. Listen to what I'm saying now. Everybody in there would show her respect. The only one that wouldn't would be Pena. That's why Pena did win that fight, and she would have got that fight, and nobody else would have. I think Irene Aldana would have been cautious. Holly Holm would have been cautious again. GDR would have been showing her respect. But Pena goes into the fire. That's why at that particular time that night, she was able to burn Amanda. That particular night, she was able to burn her that night. But everybody else, like you said, I don't think they would have been able to do it that night. But granted, I know how that rematch was going to go. That's why I said, no, Amanda's waiting now. She's going to get it. Six said, I look to watch headliner fighters. Everybody else is like watching boxing undercards. There's just there as fillers. The fight game is entertainment as well. When a fighter gets there, that would determine there. Yeah, it takes a lot to make a superstar, though. I mean, there's always going to be people who are just good technicians, and that's how I watch it. Like, not everybody's going to be a pay-per-view star to me, and I can understand, like, even why some of my favorite fighters are never going to be pay-per-view stars, but they're always going to be good technicians or just good fighters in general, good martial artists. And that's what I watch it for, too. I like entertainment, but I like the martial arts of it. So if my favorite fighter is always on undercard, I can understand why. I mean, maybe he just doesn't have the it factor that Dana White looks for. All right. Okay. Sink says so. No one's gonna make Nunez gas like that in 2 rounds because they won't bring it to it like that. No, nobody's gonna bring it to it like that. Holly Holm wouldn't bring it to it like that. Who in that division would bring it to it like that? No one was gonna make man who's gas like that in 2 rounds because they won't. Yeah, yeah, okay. I thought you asked, but yeah. You saying the same thing I was. Yeah, no one's gonna make a man a gas like that because they won't bring it to it like. The only fighter that was gonna bring it to it like that was Pena, and it worked that night. But you see, it didn't work any other night because Amanda woke up. Yeah, yes, that's right. Saying, yeah, I agree. Yeah, she sees that opportunity, had a particular style that was going to work, and she made it work. But you see in the second fight, high five, what's going on? He said, "Good morning. It's morning over there." Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Stretch. Oh, stretch. Yeah, robotics are right. She did. Pena could have made adjustments to like Leon Usman. Yeah, Ernest Richardson. Let's talk about this fight a little bit. Okay, what do y'all think about this one? December 3rd. I kind of knew this one was coming. I thought Carolina Angela was going to be the fight, but I remember us mentioning this one too. Let's talk about this fight here a bit. Let's see, 3 months out. Yeah, about 3 months out. December 3rd, Angela Hill and Emily Ducote. Hill Ducote's going to be a boxing match. That's what Ernest said. Okay, so this this is a good one. This is a good one. This is the test Angela Hill's level as a gatekeeper on this level. So we're gonna see if she can at least hold this level down and keep sending girls back to the gym. Angela Hill is 12. Emily Ducote's number 13. Emily Ducote, she came in at that 15 spot. She got that 13 spot to beat Jessica Panay, her first fight in the UFC. And some people were asking, like, did she deserve her top 15? I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure she does. Emily Ducote's like a work in progress. Victor champion, Bellator experience, a lot of experience. She's bringing a lot of experience that can outshine some of the young girls that they signed. Like some of the girls coming from contenders, these 20 somethings that only have like 3 fights, like 4 fights. Like Tabitha Ricci. She got more experience. So yeah, she could get a top 15. Should be no problem. And she showed why. She went in there and put that work in on Jessica Panay. But Angela Hill, man. I liked what Angela Hill looked like in her most recent fight. That's what I've been wanting to see from Angela Hill. And she did it. I picked Loopy. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I picked Loopy. I think a lot of people picked Loopy. I know Two Beats picked Loopy. I'm calling him out. No, but Loopy, everybody picked it for good reason. But what Angela Hill was able to do to Loopy that night, that was impressive because she made the changes and adjustments in a fight against a very tough prospect. Like, not the best, of course, but somebody that was as hungry as Loopy. Somebody as hungry as Loopy, for Angela Hill to go in there and to me, she 30-27. I watched it and I was like, I think it's 30-27. I thought Angela Hill did a great job against that type of dangerous fighter, you know. So let's see what she can keep it going again against Emily Ducote. Emily Ducote really impressed me with her striking in the Panay fight. But that's still Panay. That's still Jessica Panay. I mean, I love Emily Ducote's leg kick. She put some damage. Landed some beautiful straight punches. But I don't know, man. Angela Hill is a different type of fighter. She's stronger than Panay, durable, awkward, and Panay was more of an easier target. I don't know if Angela Hill's gonna be an easy target like this. Ducote is still kind of a mid-range in the pocket striker, which I think Angela Hill, she's seen before. So just an early look. It's going to be a big test. It's going to be a big test for Angela Hill. No, excuse me, for Emily Ducote. Emily Ducote is going to have to work in this. Going to have to move her head a little bit because, Panay did put hands on her. She had that nosebleed, I think, like in the second round. So Angela Hill, there's Angela Hill that's letting her hands go and head kicks. You're in the pocket. Got to be smart. I think Emily Ducote's got a hit to knock out. She's got to throw some nice hooks on the inside. Actually might have to take it to more of a inside clinch fight than trying to fight at a range. Because what worked against Panay and what really looked good ain't gonna work in this fight. I'm just being honest. Robot Chicken is how they say they hope Ducote wins. Yeah, I like to still go in there and do it, but because that's good for the division. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Angela Hill go in there and start letting them hands go again. She's kind of been feeling more confident, putting it together. I know it's just one victory, but the Lemos fight, she didn't look bad. Tisha fight, I don't know, she just didn't look good in that one. But yeah, even the Lemos fight, she looked okay in. So, Ducote has got a big test for her. If she can get by this awkward style, yeah, we can say, okay, she deserves where she's at. She can step on into the next test. But it's gotta look good. She can't come out looking marked up, Can't be going in there and with a questionable split decision against Angela Hill to show you on the next level. You gotta go in there and get that work in and dominate. Todd said, "Call me crazy." I think if Mackenzie can improve her takedowns and make some more tweaks in her striking, she could be a threat to Valentina. Her jiu-jitsu is top level and dominant. Interesting, Todd. Dang, let me see. He said she works on her. Yeah, because I think she could make the weight 125. Let me see what she can do first with, I could see that, like, the jiu-jitsu is on point now. Like, if she was carrying some strength like Tyler, she might could do something at 125, but I want to see what she does here at 115 first. Like, if she works on takedowns here at 115 and she can take some of these girls down and she could capture the belt, maybe. To be said, how good is Hill's leg kick defense? She's gonna need it. Yeah, Ducote's got a good leg attack. I think, Angela Hill coming from this Muay Thai background, her leg, her ability to absorb some of these kicks are pretty durable, and she's good at checking them. And it's all in how she's turning angles too. But I think her ability to check some of these kicks is pretty good, and I don't know if it'll have the same type of effect like it did on Panay, but yeah, I would advise her to take like multiple multiple kicks like that, right? High Five said Emily has a solid frame, but Angela's faster and throws her strikes at many angles. Yeah, and that's gonna be the problem. Like Ducote, used to landing on these wrestlers or these straightforward fighters, or in and out fighters that dart straight in. Angela Hill's gonna be coming at more different angles here. She'll be coming at from the right, the left, the overhand right, the jab. If Angela Hill's jab is consistent, I don't know if Ducote can go in there and win it easy on the stand up, man. That jab alone is what really saved her. Well, I won't say saved her, because Angela Hill was never in trouble in a loopy fight, was she? Yes or no? She was never in trouble. She controlled that fight. So for Angela Hill, her jab kept her ahead. It kept her ahead and it kept her in control because she was never in trouble in that fight. She could do the same in this one. Might have the same results here. Might be painting Emily Ducote. Never know. That's what I'm saying. Robot Chicken said, James, you have a lot of bad takes on fights. I'm not trying to be mean. Oh boy. I didn't know. I just pulled that comment out. Just wanted to go random. He said, you got bad taste, James. Dang. High Five said Emily has a solid frame. Oh yeah, I read that. Angela's faster. What was it? Chen said, what did you say, Chen? I was reading something. There it is. Chen said, I'm gonna take Emily Ducote by robbery decision. Hey, it could happen. Claudia got it. Michelle Waterson got it. I thought Angela Hill won both of those, so don't be surprised. I mean, that's how usually gets played. Yeah, she did get stunned in the first round, but she came back pretty strong after that. Yeah, I remember her getting stunned by that right hand, but yeah, from there I think she made a nice what's the word? Oh yeah, adjustment to the fight, the fighting, the boxing of Loopy, and controlled it. But yeah, she took a big punch in that first round. High fives to Angela's knees and elbows are hurt Emily. Yeah, her head kick too, when she throws them head kicks. I mean, we might have to look at a couple of Emily Ducote fights one day because it's going to be a good fight. I think this is should I say 50-50 or it might be 60-40 for Angela Hill, really? 50-50 of the fact that, yeah, somebody might rob Angela Hill of a victory. But, I mean, we just looking at the particular fight. Is this 50-50? We call this a 50-50 fight, right? What do y'all think? 60-40 Angela Hill or 50-50? Oh, no. It could be 60-40 Hill. Yeah. Sink said it too. Yeah, I think it's 60-40 Hill. I like Emily Ducote. I do. But I'm just playing I'm just playing it real. I'm just looking at the styles here. Angela Hill got some hands, Angela Hill got a newfound fire, and style-wise, this might play into like the loopy style. Fighters don't move their heads a lot. She gonna have a little bit of fun with them. She gonna have a little fun with them. High five to Emily is not Lamos. Lamos is more explosive than Emily. Angela can withstand Emily's strike and will hurt Emily. Emily has good timing though. She's not as explosive, but she has good timing. But yeah, I don't know if she can hurt Hill like Lamos did. I don't think she can. Yeah, I don't think she can. As they said, 60-40. She said they're gonna mess around and give Emily. They will give Ducote 3-10-8s. Dang. If they do that, I'm done with the sport because ain't no way Hill gonna lose that close. Even in the Verna Roba fight, like I had to say she had some moments where she survived. They man. James said, "Combo, since when have you been that deep into? Since when have you Since when have I been that deep in the WMMA? Is that a? Are you asking how long have I been? Or are you saying since when? Because since when? I think I already told you before. Is that your way of asking me how long? Because when you say since when, you make it sound like I haven't been that deep in the WMMA. When you ask somebody since when have you been that deep in the WMMA, that sounds like you said you questioning how long have I been watching the sport? I was never into it. Okay, yeah, you can. How long have I been? Man, I've been into this thing over. Let me see. Been watching been watching MMA since it started in '95, but I didn't really like it. I didn't like it because I was still a boxing fan. But WMMA, because I was watching some underground stuff that y'all probably ain't even seen, like these real like raw cage fights I was going to where they would just let the women get into the cage and fight, and I was like, these girls are fighting harder than men, live. I would say 2004, about 18. What year is it? 2022. 18 years. Yeah, going on 20 years. Going on 20 years. Yeah. Just at 60. I ain't 60. I ain't near that. Uh-uh. 2B said, based on your assessment, Casey O'Neill, I accepted you're better than me at seeing this. I saw bits and pieces of good head move and defense, but how much work does Gomez need? Mm, Gomez was eating some hard right hands from Amanda. No, the stuff I was watching wasn't even like an organization, James. Like I was watching some stuff that was just like on, you know, local events. And that's what turned me into liking the women fight. I'm not just talking about like Strike Force and UFC. I'm talking about like local events. Yeah, I'm talking like local events. Like 2004 was WMMA because I saw women going in there fighting in the cage, really, raw. And then, I've always liked the Muay Thai women, but like, yeah, there was women fighting in those cages then, but it just wasn't like part of an organization. Just been watching those women fight, but like, yeah, when they went over to Strike Force, yeah, I'm definitely watching that. Yeah, like when you talking about TV, yeah, yeah, stuff on TV, yeah, yeah, all of that. Um, saying say you that old? Not as old as you think. High five. I'm gonna answer your first question. Yeah, yeah. I'm agreeing your first statement. High five. Uh, James Press said, "Would you enjoy women fighting more than men?" In MMA, I do. Not boxing. I like boxing better when it comes to. Well, I watch women's boxing, but I think men's boxing is better. I know people get mad at women gonna get mad. I'm like, nope, men's boxing just better. See, women in MMA, I think for some reason like they just put their all into it, just like the men. And they got sometimes something even a little bit more. You know, I don't know what it is, man, but like, yeah, for men's boxing, nothing's ever gonna take the place of that, though. Yeah, even when they weren't, yeah, Ultimate Fighter days with Gracie Shamrock, and they came in wearing like windbreakers and street. They almost came in wearing the outfits. Like, what's his name? Ron Van Cleef. Came in. They were fighting in their gis and they were fighting in their windbreakers and tank tops. There was no UFC uniforms yet. I think that was like one of the first fights I had seen too. I was like, man, this is boring. I can't remember who it was fighting, and I think it was Shamrock and one of the Gracies, and I just didn't like grappling and any of that then, and I was like, this is boring, man. I was like, this dude's just laying on him. I mean, I learned to appreciate it now, but yeah, I was young then. I was like, where's the punches? I was like, I want to see some fighting. Like, this dude's just laying here on top of him, and I was like, waiting for something to happen. Then all of a sudden he taps. I'm like, what happened? I didn't understand any of it then, really. What was that? Who was that? It was Ron Van Cleef. Yeah, it was Royce Gracie. Dang. So actually, that wasn't 95. That was 94. I'm looking it up now. That was UFC 4. So actually, yeah, add on another year to that. Yeah, that was UFC 4 when I seen that. Yeah, Royce Gracie. And he had fought like, yeah, 2 times on the same card. It was like a tournament or something then. Dang, UFC 4, everybody was finished on that card. So that was, yeah, UFC 4, everybody got finished. Man. James said Rousey opened up the gate for WMMA and UFC. That's all. I think she got a lot of women into MMA. Yeah, Ronda opened the gates for women's MMA. That's why they. Yeah, I don't think it was just for UFC. I think she got a lot of women into it. Right? Yeah, yeah. Six is right. Yeah, Robot Chicken right. She's the face of WMMA. Yeah, Ronda's. Yeah, you don't got to be in the UFC. Yeah, everybody thinks she's an influence. Like that's where it starts. Everybody says Ronda got me into it because not every woman starts in the UFC. Um, James said, "Do you have a best WMMA fight ever that sticks out?" I like Caitlin Young and Leslie Smith. They had 2 fights. I think the first one was like a draw. Yeah, Caitlin Young and Leslie Smith. That's a good fight. Caitlin Young and who's the other one? Caitlin Young and Misha Tate. That's one of the fights that made me fall in love with the sport. Caitlin Young, where she landed that head kick on Misha Tate. Yeah, I ain't hating Misha Tate. I was just saying it was a good knockout. Yeah, that was a good fight. It was a first round knockout. Weili has high respect to Ronda. Weili's influenced by Ronda's stoppages. Yeah. Sink said, what camp do you think would be best for Miller? Man, I think Pena and Rick Little have done some wonders for her, man. I honestly think she listens to them, so I think Rick Little, he really knows how to get these fighters to throw jabs, right? So I can't really say her team now she's working with, yeah, definitely. I think a mix of her team plus Rick Little and Juliana Pena, that would be a good mix. I think I need to see a little bit more from her to really decide who would polish her up, but I think they're getting her hands pretty good. They got a good grasp on her as a fighter, because Juju and Pena kind of have the same attitude. I mean, when it comes to footwork, let me think. Perillo, maybe get some rounds in with Valentina or somebody, that could help her with footwork. Well, that's the champion. I don't know if she went train with the champion right now, right? Because that's her opposition one day. Her hands are good. I don't know. Footwork, we'll see. We'll see how they can build her with that. 2B said, who's the biggest female draw signed to the UFC currently? Biggest female draw currently. Let's look. I mean, I'd probably say Weili. Who is second? Because some of these fighters, they have million followers on Instagram, but that don't really translate to pay-per-view sales. Let's see. Who's the biggest female draw in the UFC currently? This is just a form. This is like 2 years ago. Somebody, is it still Holly Holm? Holly Holm was a big draw, right? Even she losing, she's still a big draw. Holly Holm was one, right? Amanda Nunes can be, considered greatest, but not most popular. Two different things, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Six McLovin, like, one fighter can be great at skills, but one can still be more popular. Like, well, I can't say Paige anymore because Paige got pulled out of her fight, like her bare knuckle fight. I think people are starting to get tired of it now. People don't lose. People don't win, no matter how good you look or how good they think you look. Whoever trained Rose's footwork, who's been helping her footwork? Trevor, is it Trevor Whitman? Trevor Whitman's been helping her with her footwork. Singh said Nunes. James said currently Nunes. She still only won the main event. Weili has good potential. That's the thing, though. Like, is she truly the big draw just because she get the main events? Like, what if you give Weili a main event now? She probably would outsell Amanda. They don't think they can gamble on that. I think, you could put Weili in there now and she might outsell her. Because how much did that pay-per-view do with her and Pena? Just because you are getting main events, does that mean you are the biggest draw? They just haven't taken that chance with Weili yet, right? Just, I think Weili and Valentina. Robot says, I believe Weili got the potential to be the biggest draw. Can give her main event slot, and it'll be exciting. James said, Valentina's not a draw at all. And that's coming from her fan right there, right? Weili all day. 6 of Weili all day. 2B said Michelle Waters has like the most main events, I think, besides Nunes. Let me see. Just UFC fight nights alone, right? How many did she have? She got the Angela Hill one, the Marina Rodriguez, the Joanna. That's more than Nunes right there, right? Yeah, you gotta look at all this across the board. We just talking like big draw. Yeah, that's another name you have to throw in there. Is she number 15? But when we just talking about like who's a draw, Molly McCann's probably gonna be in that name soon. In that what do you call it? In that pot, yeah. Molly McCann is gonna be a name you gotta throw in there because she got a country behind her. And she linking to the right people to keep it going. Molly McCann. What about Dern? Yeah, that one day, man, when Mackenzie Dern was at that fight event in the crowd, they kept that camera on Dern for a long time, man. That night Mackenzie Dern was in the audience, they kept that camera on her for a minute. I was like, dang. I guess that means she's probably the next big draw. Yeah, things he forgot about. Yeah, Molly's one to look at too. That's why I say, like, we can't always mix up. Sometimes not you per se, but I'm just saying, like, we mix up popular fighters versus talented fighters. Like, popular fighter don't necessarily mean they got the best skills. They could be number 15 and still have a good crowd. Six said Rose has the best footwork in women's MMA. Best footwork. Best footwork in MMA. I think so. She's one of the ones with good footwork. Yeah. James G, what's going on, man? James G in the building. Yeah, Asian people cover 3/4 of the Earth's population. You have half supporting Weili, plus Americans that support her, plus people like me that support her. So that's a lot. you know. Man, Robot Chick said Molly's a can crusher. The magic will run out fast. Aaron's one of them ones. I think people don't understand what she gonna go in there and do. Aaron Blanchfield. And that's why I said Molly might not have been ready for that top 15 yet. Just keep getting money in the low level because she's stepping into the Shark Tank. How I said can't everyone see that Weili versus Ioana and Singapore got the same treatment with the main and co-main by the MMA fans? The audience cheered pre, during, and post. I know I was. I was not acting up where I was at, but yeah, I was hyped that whole night, man. That was emotional card, man. It was like had me hyped up, especially that fight alone. Yeah. Dern ain't gonna sell the pay-per-views. It's just the fact, they much like Paige. Yeah, much like Paige, I don't think so. Because, like I said, she's one of the fighters that's had high numbers on Instagram, but don't translate to pay-per-view numbers. All right, you got like 21 people. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Got a couple more things to talk about before I get out of here. All right, we're talking about that fight. Speaking of draws and pay-per-views, not draws like, underwear, but a draw. Who's a draw? Hold on. 2B said Valentina can't or don't sell because of dominance, and she's not a promoter. She just answers questions. Honestly, rarely trash talks, isn't flashy as a fighter, and finishes like 50% her fights. Couldn't have said it any better, man. Definitely a legend when it comes to fighting. Definitely has a great resume, great skills. But when it comes to TV star, wow. I mean, if you look at it in the acting world, like I like to compare it to, good actor, very good actor, but doesn't have the Oscar-worthy performances under her belt. Oscar-worthy, like she doesn't get the same opportunities like some fighters because she stays in her lane. But like I said, hey, you ain't gotta have Oscar for me to like him. I don't even like a lot of Oscar winners, so. Yeah, that's a good example. Weili would be like Pacquiao. Yeah, a few more years. Yeah, a few more years. She's gonna be like that. Good, exciting style. Win or lose, people get behind her. Cause yeah, I'll turn on a Pacquiao fight now. Oh yeah. Let's jump to this. Yeah, speaking of, next stars, this is somebody I know Dana White is looking to push next. Let's talk about this young fighter here. Hailey Cowan. I don't know if y'all seen her. Have y'all seen her fight? Hailey Cowan just fought last Tuesday. I wanted to talk about the fight too. I forgot to do a video on it, but yeah, Hailey Cowan, young, strong. I think she's like a former gymnast. She's been a career LFA fighter. Her career started in LFA. She's fought like maybe 6, 7 fights in LFA. Even as an amateur, she was over there. And, she's one that kind of pushing into the realm of looking for somebody, looking to market somebody now. They I think that's one reason why Dana White wanted to sign her too. But I think she's bringing an interesting element as far as style wise. She's got size, strength. She's got some grit to her. She fought last Tuesday on the Contender Series against what was her name? Yeah, Claudia Lech. And it was a good close fight. And off of a close fight, Hailey was able to get a contract. And one of the reasons Dana said he was going to get her because she has the it factor. And Dana, a lot of people said, "What's the it factor?" Well, look at her. That's part of the it factor. She does have some grit. She pushes, excitement in her fights, but it's still a business. Dana, I think he's looking to try to build up another star that fits his demographic, right? But because definitely not knocking her because she can still fight, but I think that's something that he's looking to try to add to the bantamweight division right now. And, the bantamweight division needs it. It needs some light, needs some attraction here. You don't have too many fighters that's bringing any fire right now because we were talking about 135 yesterday, right? It's on like life support, if you will. It's in need of new faces, and Hailey Cowan is bringing that. So getting her in here now is a good thing, I think. Because like I said, she's fought majority of her fights on a good level at LFA. Started fighting back in 2018, lost her first fight to Victoria Leonardo, then went on a 5-fight win streak. Of course, that one fight, I think Brittany Cloudy, I think Brittany did win that fight, but it was a tight one. And she got another loss. But since then, she's bounced back. Invicta, won a Contender Series fight. And now she's here, And I think at 30, they want to go ahead and take a chance with her. This is probably when she's going to start hitting her prime. And, getting in there against lower level opposition in there like the Stephanie Edgars, the Rose Clarks, Myra Buenos-Silvas, that's going to test her skills and see if she can build up her dominance in this division to help push it. So, Dana wants to take a chance right now. Whether, she went in there and knocked her opponent out because she got a split decision. Some people felt Claudia Lech won, right? Whether she was going to look that good or look average, I think he was still ready to sign somebody here because, the bantamweight division needs it. Let's be real. So, you got to add her, Chelsea Chandler, some other fighters they're looking to get right now. So, she's definitely one they're looking to get. Ernest said she's dating her coach. She said, you don't understand that. Well, yeah, sometimes, that relationship, those type of relationships don't work out. Well, no, I won't say they don't work out. I'm kind of iffy about that, to myself, when the fighter dates their coach, because it kind of sometimes puts a strain on a relationship and also the fight inside, right? Don't want to go too deep into that on this video. I'm just saying, yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. Gabrielle said, if Ronda came back now and headline a card, does she still sell or no? Yeah, she would still sell. I think she would still sell. You know, people want to say, "Oh, she ain't gonna win." I ain't say anything about her winning. I think she would still sell though. Casey O'Neill could be a draw. She's a natural heel if she keeps winning, and she got the potential if she gets her country behind her. Australia, right? 6 said, let's be honest, whenever Weili's on a card, don't tell me you aren't excited to see the fight. Like watching Mike Tyson or Anderson Silva fight gets me amped to watch them. Me being a WMMA fan, no, yeah, I love it. I'll be waiting for these fights. Okay, yeah. Okay, 6 said Dana said it best in his last press conference. She adds the bells and the whistles to a fighter's brand. It's up to the fighter to grow their brand. Yeah. Yeah, like for her, yeah, Hailey's got certain things that, the demographics gonna like, right? They're gonna like this, and they are gonna back this fighter that has a look they like. But from there, it's on them to, grow their brand, get better as a fighter, and go in there and get more finishes. I think Hailey Cowan has a scrappy style. She's a good inside fighter, good clinch fighter, and when she gets takedowns, I think she's dominant in her top position. She can get takedowns, and when she controls it, she looks pretty much in control. I think her problem is still with her jiu-jitsu a little bit. When she gets taken down on her back, she can have problems. She's been submitted twice in her career. Even in this fight, when she got her back taken, she was in trouble a little bit, like in the second round of this fight. But she hung on. She was able to adjust and get out. But outside stand-up still needs a little work, I think. But her inside game, to me, 6 that she would sell. Yeah. I think that, that's her main bread and butter because she's such a physically strong fighter. But she's athletic, too, because I want to see where the Hailey Cowan come from. Was it gymnastics background? Was she like an acrobat or something they said? I can't remember. Let me see. She was definitely a gymnast. Yeah, she definitely got the physique like a gymnast. So yeah, she came from acrobats too. Acrobatics, gymnast. Yeah, that's where she came from. Yeah. Throughout high school and everything. So yeah, that's a big plus for if she knows how to use it. And I think she translates it to her physical strength side as well. So yeah, that's gonna be another big addition to her being a star. Just her having that background as well, being athletic like that. 6 said only fighter Ronda would come back for would be a mishap fight, right? Just a little exhibition, right? Did JJ ever main event pay-per-view card? No, she hasn't. She never has. She just main event UFC fight night cards. I got Mighty Mouse tomorrow. Make sure I tune into that one. And James said he hoped Mighty Mouse whoops. Yeah, I think Mighty Mouse got it. But it's kind of a big weight for him, though. So I'm picking him, but I'm not sure. Because this is flyweight, right? Yes or no? I don't know. You think he can handle flyweight? I'm not sure. Is this his first fight at flyweight? I can't remember. Adrian Johnson might help me out here. I can't remember. Is this his first fight at flyweight? Why am I thinking? Yeah, tomorrow night. Yes, tomorrow night. Oh, well, it's tonight for you, High Five, but it's tomorrow for me because it's on Friday, right? Yeah. For me, it's tomorrow. Yeah, we're on different time zones, so yeah. So, High Five said he went Rose versus Rhonda. Mm-mm. But this Hailey Cowan, yeah, they need some new bantamweights. So that's one of the reasons Dana said, I got to get this fighter in here, man. We need some new bantamweights, and she has some scrappiness to her, some grit, everything else she can kind of learn on the fly, and she has some strength to her, so that should help her through fights. But this past Tuesday, this fight between Denise Gomez and what's her last name? Amanda's her last name. Here, Denise Gomez and Rayanne Amanda. There's a new strawweight they signed. Got a new strawweight signed to the division. And I seen her in Invicta. I think 2B said you're a big fan of her now, right? We were talking about her earlier. Ulysses, what's up, man? Yeah, this young lady here, Denise Gomez, has some grit to her that I think Dana White, he wants to take a chance with. She's 6-1. Very good Muay Thai fighter, explosive. Likes to put it all on the line, and that's what Dana likes. He likes people that can, go in and throw shots, blood. He likes all of that, right? Rayanne Amanda can knock her, man. She helped make the fight. She's a good strawweight too. She had some good kickboxing early in the fight, but it was the strength and that cardio that Denise Gomes possessed that helped her through this fight. Amanda was doing a lot of bouncing around. High Five said he thinks Amanda is better than Gomez. Okay. What makes you think she's better? While I'm talking here, just put it in the comments. What do you think makes her better? I liked Amanda's pep in her step in the first round, but I don't think she has enough cardio. High Five. Like, she looked good in that first round, bouncing around, sticking and moving, and, good right hands, overhand right was landing. Good combinations. I remember she threw like a good 3-punch combination on Gomes. She went to the body, head with 2 shots. I was like, that was a good combination. So she does have good kickboxing, but she let Gomes start tearing that lead leg up. Gomes started hitting that lead leg and just started slowing her down. And when she slowed her down, that's where she started landing more shots. She started dogging Amanda. Amanda kind of looked like she was getting gassed in that second round. So Gomes might not have the same technical skill, but I think she has a fair balanced style about her that carried her through this fight. But she still lacked some defense too. She was getting hit with some clean shots. Mastermind, what's up? He said, hope you're well. Yeah, I hope you are too, man. Everything's good. Everything's good. High Five said Emily's better than Gomes, but Lemos is better than Emily. I guess Gomes will never be going into the top 15. It's going to be a tough road. Like, she got some good skills about her. Last fight, she was at 125. We'll even see if she stays at 115. But I think she's got some grit to her. I don't like how she was throwing a lot of them wind kicks too. I think DC said something about that. She was wasting a lot of energy throwing those wheel kicks over and over. But when she started throwing straight punches and started, with a good leg attack and throwing power jabs like this, she started to have more success, Asked him, I said she trains with Carol Rose and Andrade. Yes, she does. Yes, she does train with them. So they got her kind of on that offensive style. Yeah, because when she fought against Dudieva and Invicta last month, a couple months ago, yeah, Andrade was there. I think Andrade was here this fight, right? She was in the crowd too. Ulysses said Alan Perez versus Eric Edgar, right? Yeah, what happened? Did Dos Santos have to pull out of the fight or something? Dang, man. So Santos is out of the fight. Here we go. Velveeta is scheduled to lose again against Paula Isabella. Velveeta? Who's Vel? Who's Velveeta? Ernest said I want easy money on Gomes fight because the bookmakers had the fight plus 105 to go into the third round. Okay, yeah, she's out. All right. Oh, Velveeta, I got you. 6, I would love to see Andrade versus Zhang Zinan. Zhang got those hands, man, you know. But the ground game ain't that. That's a ground game. It's okay. I think that's the one element she needs to work on. Didn't Zhang Zinan? Didn't she train with Rose for a little while? I think Zhang Zinan trained with Rose, something like that. Velveeta, you're crazy. Yeah, Gomes' spinning kick habit is way too amateur minded. Yeah, she was throwing a lot of them things, man. I was like, she gonna get countered. She lucky Amanda didn't counter her, man, because she could have blasted her out with like a counter. Uh, almost hit her with a flying knee. So I think Amanda would do well in Invicta. She's like 11-6, 27 years old. Invicta needs to sign her. She's fought some of these lower organizations in Brazil, but they need to get Ray and Amanda over in Invicta or LFA. Get her into these strawweight divisions here. She could build herself as a fighter. Yeah, they must have been. Well, Ernest, I mean, I guess they had to fulfill that card, so they probably was in a tight bind, so they had to get it. They had to just say we're gonna put this on. Zhang oh man, yeah, she's got some good hands, man. I like her right hand too, man. She's got some good boxing. Yeah, she was they training with Rose for a little while. She said, hey, if you ever went to the UFC, she'd like to fight Rose. Yeah, I like her, man. I like her fighting style. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought she was gonna beat Angela Lee that one other time, but wound up getting submitted. I was like, dang. Daniel Edwards, what's up, man? He said if Carla beats Weili, that would be a hilarious plot twist, but it's not gonna happen. Ooh, if that happened, man, a lot of people be mad, including Dana, right? Dana would be mad. Korean Spirit Awards, what's going on, man? Hope everything's good, man. He said, what happened to Sarge? What happened to Sarge? Oh boy, she out of this fight or something? Oh boy, yep. Canceled. Why is the fight canceled? I think, did somebody put that in the comment? Yeah, I didn't even, I didn't want to jump off topic yet, but did somebody mention that earlier? Why is this fight canceled? Oh man. Why is this fight canceled? What happened to Sarge? Oh boy, now Marina Monroe ain't got no fight. TJ said, hey. Oh, he said, I think she got cut. Oh, wow. Daniel Edwards said Sarge is booked. No, she ain't booked now. Kareem said he got a birthday coming up. Well, happy early birthday, brother. Hope you have many more and enjoy this one. Yes, he said Monroe. Yeah, the Monroe fight. Dang. So, did Sarge pull out of the fight and did that lead to her getting cut or did they just cut her? That's the question. Like, somebody mentioned that earlier in the comment section. I gotta go, can't go back up and look now, but Where's this news? Is it on Twitter? Twitter? Hold on. I don't even really like Twitter, but I just gotta look. Hold on. Oh boy, yeah. Let's see. Marina Moreau, hi guys. Just wanted to say my opponent pulled out, and now the UFC is looking for a new opponent / date. I'm upset, but I'm healthy, feel good, and ready for anyone. Sorry to my fans, but you guys will see me ASAP. That was Marina Moreau. Throw JJ Aldrich in there. That's a good fight. Montana Del Rosa, JJ Aldrich. Get them on the phone ASAP. Because I want to see Marina Moreau get in there, man. Oh, boy, Sarge. Yeah, Sarge pulled out. Yeah. Off of her Instagram, she pulled out, but I'm sure that's why they probably said, oh, we cutting her now. Dang, girl. Yeah, TJ, I don't know about the cut talk, but yeah, she's out of this fight. Kareem said 31, no STDs, no little ones, clean bill of health and wealth. Hey, keep it going, man. I'm in the same boat with you. Not as young anymore. Unfortunately, not as young anymore, but still feel it. But yeah, everything else is the same. James Perez said Carl already overachieved, mainly a wrestler who's small for the division, become a two-time champion, already great for her. Yeah, yeah. And still beat a lot of fighters some people couldn't beat, you know? Yeah, Sarge having trouble making that weight, man. I don't know. She having trouble making that weight. Oh boy, Sarge. So Marina Moreau needs an opponent. I say JJ or Montana. JJ or Montana. That's a good name for her. That's what I think. Yeah, Sarge has a discipline issue. I agree. High five. Like out of the camp she trains with, you think it'd be pretty high. Like Tanisha's and Caitlin. Caitlin's got good discipline. Caitlin Kagan does. She ain't, like I said, I'm talking about she ain't finished nobody, but she got discipline. She always shows up. J Ball, what's going on? J Ball said, I don't know if Carla beating Weili is out of the question. Weili looks suspect on her back against Rose. Yeah, the back is a. So yeah, I talked about that. We talked about at the beginning of the show. Yeah, that Weili on her back. That's the best position for Carla to have her in, to me. Yeah, so I'm definitely on. I'm not gonna take Carla completely out of this fight. Now, if Carla stays on the feet, we might have a problem. Yeah, that's the issue with Sarge. Too big for 125, too small for 125. No reach for when she fought. Did she fought Ketlin Vieira? Too big. Too big. There was really no middle ground for her. And then she's having trouble making the weight for 125. So yeah. Sinks in Natalia Silva. Oh yeah, Natalia Silva. That's a good name. Natalia Silva, throw her out there. Natalia Silva's looking good right now. If Natalia Silva could go in there and dominate Marina Moreau, might push her closer to 15. But I think Marina Moreau, she's kind of slept on because she just be inactive. But she's a good fighter too. Marina Moreau just been chilling though. I mean, like she be on Instagram posing and everything, but I ain't gonna knock it because she fights. When she shows up, Marina Moreau, she will show up and perform when she does, but that's very far in between, right? Karine Silva, she's at 125. Yeah, there's Karine Silva. Yeah, she's 1-2. Yeah, J Ball. Yeah, she's just guess just has a different build. You know what I mean? And some women just can't help that. Like, yeah, she's definitely too thick for 125. Like, it's probably hard because she had a kidney issue. She had to go to the ER once. Her kidneys almost shut down from trying to make weight. So I don't think it's a fact that she's not trying. Maybe she's kind of worried about trying to drop weight in some issues, but well, that might tell her that sadly, competing in the UFC might not be for her, or MMA, especially if you want to take care of your body first. I mean, you try, but yeah, I don't know. Might just not be for her then. Like, because I know you don't want to go to bantamweight and just keep losing, but then have issues with your kidneys at flyweight. I don't know. Six and Carla is too small to hold Weili down on the ground. Carla's gotten stronger. Her positioning could be trouble. I won't say she's too small to hold her down. That's her best bet because her positioning and how she wrestles is something. What do you think about that, J Ball? Is Carla too small to hold Weili down on the ground? High Five said Weili is super strong in the early round. Carla has no footwork like Rose. She'll murder her quick. Will Carla be able to stay on top? That's the question. Yeah, and I mentioned that earlier too, J Ball. I did. I mentioned that because I said what we talking about. Weili had some tough moments with Tisha because I I thought Tisha won that fight once when I watched it. People got mad at me on that, but I watched it again. I said, could have gone either way. But Tisha had her moments where she held Weili down, and I think Carla's a much better wrestler than Tisha is. And I'm not saying that like this. Tisha's like lacks wrestling. Tisha can wrestle, but Carla is world class with that wrestling. Carla's gotten stronger. I think nobody has to worry in this one though, man. Nobody has to really worry. I think we're gonna get a good fight. Carla's gonna have to fight. Weili's gonna make her fight. These two styles spell fight. Like there's no counter. There's not gonna be any counter punching for too long here. I think whoever is looking for a takedown or looks to clinch is gonna bring out the explosiveness. Carla's gonna be forced to fight here. So I don't think we're going to get another bad fight at all. Yeah, TJ said fight's going to be very short. TJ, yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be very short, man. I think said Weili's grappling has looked a lot better recently. Yeah. James says Hudo really helped Weili, Mighty Mouse, even though he is great. He might even do better tomorrow since training with Hudo a couple weeks. Yeah, she has made some corrections, right? Weili can pop up a lot quicker now. Like her athleticism, that burst she's been working on, strength and conditioning. A lot of that's gonna come into play. So it's gonna be a good fight though, y'all. I think it's gonna be good though. I think these two are gonna put on a performance. Carla's gonna have to fight, and might have a new champion. Yeah, we know Sarge is out, but yeah, I don't see anything. Did Sarge get cut or she canceled this Marina Moreau fight 2 times, right? Mastermind says John Weili is going to be the one taking Carla down. Hold on. I'm just trying to look and see. Yeah, I don't see anything saying she's been cut yet. So, oh, wait a minute now. Well, have to share this because Sarge posted this up. But oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Well, okay, Sarge has the OnlyFans now. Uh, but it's not that kind of OnlyFans. It's like behind the scenes content of her fighting. I get, because I'm looking on Instagram right now. I'm just trying to see if there's any issues, injuries. Nothing posted. Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. Yeah, yeah, six. Mighty Mouse probably got the best fight IQ game in one. J Ball said I'm picking Weili, but the wrestling aspect makes me curious because wrestling is what tired her out against Rose, both offensively and defensively. Yeah, and that's where she's got to be. That's where Carlo's going to have to be. But when will she get it? When will she get the takedown? Sarge OnlyFans or Gerard OnlyFans. Well, at least Sarge's OnlyFans is not like an OnlyFans. It's not like Andrade's OnlyFans. It's just like a look into the fighter life, I guess. It's gonna be a non nude OnlyFans. Let me get my charger. Hold on one second. All right, let's see. Yeah, Ulysses. Yeah, Taylor Starling. Yeah, she's on there too. I think she's been on there for a minute now. Because every time I scroll by there, IGs, that's what you see a lot of now. You see a lot of them getting into that field, I guess. Oh boy, no, Juju Miller, no, not yet. Future champ talk already, TJ. Dang. J Ball said, "Yeah, I'm placing a bet on Caller too if she's a big underdog. I'm still sticking to Weili on my parlay though. Yeah, you can't miss on that if she's that much bigger of an underdog. Let's see if Carla's plus 400. I'm taking that. I might take that myself. Yeah, Robot Chickens. I don't think Carla would do anything like the Zon fight. Like Yan Janon, that was a totally different thing, man. TJ said, I'm out. Flight to Bangkok, about to leave. Okay, man. All right, go ahead and take that flight. I hope you have a safe flight. Go ahead and get on there. I need to put this passport, put some miles on my passport, man. Maybe not this year, but next year. This summer just been busy, man, but doing other stuff. But yeah, I got some trips planned here. Especially when you single, you got to do that type of stuff more. You single, you got to get out and travel more. For me, it's about that time. Been taking a long break from robotics that people are making a huge mistake. Yeah, you can't. Like I'm saying, you can't think of the fight's gonna go the same way with Yan Janan. Yan Janan already lacked that ground game. That was an easy prediction for me. I was one of the ones that picked Carla. I think I did. I said Carla stops Yan Janan in two. And why? Because of that ground game. That ground game was just awful. Yan Janan, leading up to that fight, when you put her on her back, she's lost. I mean, completely. And no defense against ground and pound. She really looked bad in that fight. Leading up to it, too, like when she was taken out, Claudia Gladelia took her down and would control her. But everybody else, like she'd get taken down by even on a low level, she'd be clueless. Yeah, robot, she'd be clueless. But when you looked at, Weili, even against Tisha, she made adjustments. Since then she's gotten stronger. So yeah, Yan Zhana, you can't use that fight as a good gauge. That's not going to gauge what Carla would do to Weili at all. At all. Carla's a crazy guard pass on. Yan just has worse guard cover. Yeah, she was just all over Yan in that fight. Let me see. What did I say? I know I did that video. I said Carla is going to beat Yan and probably stop her. Just hang on one second. What did I have?
She's getting some heavy elbows in, and she gets that work in. Now, Yan Jana, she is strong, so you can't compare for this fight Saturday night. So I'm gonna go with Carla by close decision. That's what my mind says. My heart says Yan Jana. I don't care. I think either fighter would be good.
Okay, now on this one, my podcast episode, I had to go with Carla, man. Let me find that episode. Hold on. Because Yan just does not have that ground game. But Weili's been getting better with it, man. Getting better with it. J Ball said, I read it. I have a feeling TJ's going to Bangkok for the escort. He said not entirely. Not entirely. Mojo, what's up? He says, salute, comment, on Breaker Gang. What's going on, man? Just about to wrap this thing up here. Hit this 2-hour mark. Just was getting in some talk about these different levels that Zhang Weili and Carla have. Daniel Edwards said Yan Zhana's corner scream throughout the Carla beating was hilarious. Yeah, they were screaming in that corner. I remember that, man. Okay, y'all. So let's see. A few more minutes and I'm about to jump off of here. Eat a little something. Yeah, I'll be busy all day. Yeah, I'm not going to be on much this weekend. I'm be busy Friday. I'm busy all day Friday and Saturday. And I actually have a race Saturday. I'm going to be running a race Saturday. Maybe I'll be on Sunday, 3 days from now. But yeah, I'm not going to be on today or tomorrow. Nunez would send her to oblivion under a minute. Shell will spin a couple rounds. Yeah, Jan, she still got some work. She got this fight with Mackenzie Dern coming up. Mackenzie Dern, boy. I think I see a lot of more improvements in Mackenzie Dern right now. Mackenzie is growing. Um, Between the two, who do you think has more improvement? Mackenzie Dern and Jan Jana. Oh yeah, Itsuki Harada, Lynn Hequin tomorrow. I gotta watch that fight tomorrow. Squeeze it in on the go. Yeah, J Ball, yeah. Mackenzie Dern and Jan Jana are fighting, yeah. Juju's the future, not Barber. Juju's got some good things going for him, man. Like that girl knows how to use her frame and her body. Like she's got the let's say perfect frame, perfect body for 125. Just those long arms. She's got that long reach, and she's just really strong. She just learns how to put everything together, like physical wise, just because the way she's built. She could be winning. She could be all over these girls because she's just relentless on the level she's on. But I don't know, time will tell if she can do that to some of these other flyweights, right? And she's got a good hard midsection too. She's not soft. Juju is not soft. J Ball said if y'all could get that takedown defense, boy, I don't know if she beats her confidently. I don't know either, man. I don't know. The way Carla and Claudia were taking her down, and she, Mackenzie just is a submission artist. Yeah, when is that fight? It's coming. I think it's like October. October. It's one of these October cards. It's not the one with Marina. I don't think it's Yeah, it's October 1st card. It's the headliner, right? Yeah, Mackenzie Dern Jan on October 1st is the main event. Mackenzie Dern got her another main event, y'all. We were just talking about people they're gonna make popular. Yeah, Mackenzie Dern's got her main event here. Who else is on? Ricci Velismus is on this card. Chelsea Chandler and Stoya Ranko on this card. They're all prelims. Yeah, Dern Jan Janon's the main event. It's gonna be a 5-round fight too. So, hey, who does 5 rounds favor? Who do y'all think? Yeah, Mojo Carla, I think it's plus 400. If Dern works her wrestling, it's a first round finish. Jan will not be a. Yeah, it's a headliner. I'm supporting it as a headliner, but I think 5 rounds is gonna favor Dern, man. Like I know Jan can move and strike, but she kind of slowed down in the 3rd round. Marina Rodriguez and Dern doesn't really gas too much. I don't think, does she? Yeah, I like Itsuki Harada. I like her too. She's a scrappy little fighter. Off topic, boy Wonder Boy is ducking Shaft check. Where'd you hear that? Was he talking about that today? I don't think her jiu-jitsu is overrated, Robot Chicken. I think Tisha was just that powerful and that strong in there. Tisha was working on that defense more. And that's just Marina's thing. But anybody else, I think she submits. Tisha's very, very strong. Like Tisha never gets finished. I don't want to jinx that for her, but Tisha just does not get finished. And Marina doesn't either. Marina's easy to take down, but she's not easy to just submit. Yeah, her takedown percentage is not very good. Which you would think somebody with her jiu-jitsu would want to work on taking people down. Mackenzie Dern fight on ESPN Plus. Yeah, it is. It's on UFC Fight Night. It's on ESPN Plus. It's a main event 6. Yeah, I hope she's working on that. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to wrap this thing up. Minutes, one more minute here. Less than a minute. So yeah, let me shut this thing down here, y'all. Good conversation though. Uh, Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, like I said, man, I think Carla. I do agree. On Rose, Carla, and Zhang. Weili's just on a different level when it comes to her training and getting better. That's going to be a big handful for Carla, but we'll see how it plays out though, because Carla never quits either. She never stops trying, so it should be a good fight. Early look, Ducote Hill. I can't help but look towards Angela Hill, like striking wise, 60-40 right now, off of experience. So yeah, we'll see. Bros, I do BJJ, and you'd be shocked at how many lifelong practitioners have crappy takedowns. You're right. Yeah. Not surprised just because it's just a different element. But yeah, like you would think, I used to think that they would have good takedowns since they're so easy at submitting people. But, I can see it now after looking at Mackenzie. Yeah. Pretty soon I'm going to start hitting these mats, man. I'm gonna start going to this gym here for BJJ pretty soon. Got to do it before I got to start for my next birthday. Right, like I said, only reason I think it's overrated is because we see if a black belt like Miyake get your back, it's over. Dern won't submit an elite fighter, making Marcos and Cypress tap isn't saying much. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't think it's overrated. I think it's still on point. I just think that the defense of Tisha and Marina are just that good. They knew what they were going in there with, but I think fighters like Yawn, they could get submitted. Call, I don't know so much. I don't think she could. I don't think she could, but I still think it's pretty high. He said most people are used to pulling guard. Really? Just in like regular jiu-jitsu tournaments, I guess, right? Pulling guard. That's their way of trying to get somebody down, right? Maya didn't really submit too many. She can't submit them high level ones. Couldn't even get Manon or Chikagan in any compromise. Chikagan almost submitted. I thought Chikagan took down Maya, almost submitted her, right? I think didn't Chikagan almost submit Jennifer Maya? I thought she did. I know she took her down and almost got her. Maybe I had that rematch. I thought. But yeah, close this thing here. This. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out and subscribe if you haven't. And we'll do this again Sunday, y'all, because I'm gonna be tied up. Oh, you talking about Damian Maya Zaman? Okay. I'm thinking of Jennifer Meyer. Okay, you thought Damian Meyer. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, those elite fighters, like Robot Chicken said, he says Masvidal, Rory, Shields. All right. Yeah, Damien, I got you now. Damian Meyer. I was thinking Jennifer Meyer. Jennifer Meyer's a black belt too, though, right? Yeah, it's time to get off now. I'm over here tripping. All right. I'm loading something up. That's why I'm taking forever to jump off here. So just closing, trying to find something in this browser and then close it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hit that like, subscribe if you haven't. We'll talk Sunday. No fights this weekend. So we'll just talk about some other stuff. Yeah, no fights this weekend. Besides this one card, no UFC fight cards this weekend. So just chilling. Right? All right. So here we go, y'all. I'm getting out. Good talk. Good talk. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.